Nice sunny morning, Sunday morning, 27th of September, and welcome to my jungle. I've been out a couple of times, had one or two bits out, nothing like I normally get, but then again I've lost the best part of the season. What was the first 6 months of the year, COVID-19, health problems, a couple of weeks ago rushed into hospital. I don't mind hospital. The staff, the doctors and nurses are great. Just a food shit, so if you want to lose weight, go to hospital. So I've come back. I say I've got a purpose in mind this morning, or one purpose in mind in particular, is to get my seeds sown, my garlic sown. You don't need to see any of that because you've seen everybody else do it, but my garlic, when I sow it, it's for a different reason to most. But we'll get back to that later. You'll notice some of my beds, eventually, I've taken the woodwork down the sides because it was borne out, catching the bodywork of the scooter and damaging it. So it will get replaced eventually, but now I can safely get around the garden without damaging the scooter. Well, I can get around most of the garden. There's still bits to get yet. Nettles, 9 foot high. That takes some doing, but it shows how good the soil is. Hell of a lot to do. But I'm not swayed by it. I've never ran away from work in my life. Mind you, even if I wanted to, now I couldn't with one leg. Sod it, I'll get on with life. There's still quite a few crops growing. I was actually lucky enough to get out in July to sow my seed for the hungry gap. And I've started putting some out. So I'm not going to lose out there. I'm going to start next year up on the right foot. We'll see how it goes. Take it from there. One thing we have been plagued with the last few months, I'll say break-ins. We don't know if it's break-ins or it's internal. I've had a couple of tools missing, minor stuff. Nothing I can't replace. Doesn't annoy us. What does annoy me is the fact I've had about 5 or 6 rows of potatoes, and every one of them, about 9 inches high, thereabouts, lifted, pulled out by the root. No reason, no potatoes ready. What annoyed me was the fact that these potatoes were gifted by Nick of Nick's Allotment Diary. He took the trouble to send them to us. I planted them, hoping to see him grow, get something from them. Nothing. Now that is annoying. I mean, they've had the gate ripped off, fair enough. Put it back on. But if it is internal, I think a lock will be going back on the gate. No other option. Right, so we'll I'll give you a little tour of what it looks like. And you're probably thinking, better me than you. Rightly so. We'll take it from there. Yeah, it's a little bit heartbreaking when you consider I used to win awards every year with this garden. Paths I'm not concerned with, they can be sorted any time. Beds I'm going to have to go at. See, I've took the side of this bed off so I can get on with the scooter. It was bored right out, ripping the scooter to bits. But at least I can get up and down now. In it is my last chance collie and calabrese. If the frost hold off, I might just succeed there. This is my last of my turnip. Snowball, I believe it is. Cabbage, there's a couple left. Nice solid heart, so I can discard the outside and still have plenty for my dinner. And on the very end, if you get past my scooter, have a red cabbage. Might do that for pickling. There was one day in July I got down, I managed to sow yeah, so a few seed for the hungry gap, and over the far bed, the back I've got kale, and I believe sprouting broccoli at the top end of it. So for now, at least I've got something. In my beds down the bottom, which you can't see, I still have spring cabbage, more kale, and God knows what else I'll get to it. Well, eventually getting settled into my new property. It's a purpose-built property. Nice wet room. Got a garden now. And I've been asked to show it, and whether or not I'm going to show it in future videos what I do in the garden at home. I have considered it. It probably will happen. So at the end of the video, I'll give you a brief look at the garden, start the polytunnel. It's just the basic stuff, but it'll give you some idea what I've now got to work with. Okay. Alright, as for seeds, my own personal choice this time of year, and some of them I'm a couple of weeks late, personally late. You wouldn't think so if you read the packets. Onion, Sensu yellow, overwintering Japanese onions, they're going in. An old favourite, lettuce, Arctic King. I don't know how well you can see that. The one I grew last year, and I toppled I toppled out the old scooter, breaking the lot. Californian poppy. I'm putting them in again. I will succeed. I think everybody's favourite, calendulas, got to go in. And now that I've got a garden up home, some will go up there, some down here. Amimergus, nice 3 foot tall plant, plenty good flowers. In fact, another poppy as well, seriously scarlet. Amongst many of my seeds, free packets of magazines. But one I like to get in a month earlier than it says on the packet. Sweet pea. A nice mauve, Chatsworth. A white, Lady Salisbury. And I couldn't resist, I'm putting all three in the same. Sweet pea, Spencer Wave mix. A nice mix of colour and scent. Some down here, some up home. It's nice to have another garden to cater for as well. But that's what I'm putting in. Plus, I've already prepared these at home. The garlic, cork white. The last ones last year, they were a total failure. They were put in the trays. I couldn't get down. It was too late to plan them out. I think the damage was caused basically, they were stunted. So it wasn't worth putting them out. But anyhow, that's what I've got to work with today. That'll start my shift off down here. Then whatever time I've got left, a bit of a clean up. I don't expect to get far, but I expect to be able to see where I've been. That's the important part. I'll see you in a bit. Right. I wasn't going to show you planting the garlic, but why not? Basically, I prepared these at home. Same mess around down here. Kept the biggest cloves out of them. All you need to remember, the tip where the shoot comes from, and the basal plate, that's where your root comes from. That's all you need to remember. Now the reason I put them in trays. I'm not waiting for no shoots. All I want is the roots. Reason for that, I actually planted some a couple of years ago. I think it was about November time. Come the following spring, no shoots. Dug them up, still as fresh as the day I planted them. So now I'll stick them in compost, clean them up, and as soon as I've got roots, I'll put them out. I'm not waiting for no shoots. There's no need. You just need to know they're going to grow. Oh. Oh well. 12, 16 of them. I thought there was 18. I was wrong. Oh, there is 18. I thought I forgot how to count there. But the important part, always label. Just a bit shake, that's all I want. That'll do the job. Next step's water them in. And nothing will bother them. Nothing ever does bother garlic. Except rust where they get grown. I've had my fair share of that. Right, I'll get on with sowing the seed now. Right, so my seed sown. I'm not opposed to putting a number of different varieties in one tray, providing you have enough space between the rows, so when you prick them out you don't disturb the row next to them. The sweet peas I put 4 to a pot. I don't want to label up here yet. Now labels, if you have problems with your labels, marking them up, there's a rough side and a smooth side of your label. Put your name on the rough side. You shouldn't lose what you write. Okay. Now, the multi-zone trays, they'll go in a water bath. Let the water come up. The rest of them, the pots, the garlic, not a problem. I can use a fine rose in a watering can. So that's not a problem. Now we'll get some more work done. Well, I managed to get 9 spring cabbage out, did them early. And I've cleared out the cabbage out left. 2 green cabbage, early Jersey Wakefield, and a red cabbage, forget its name. But early Jersey Wakefield, if you have problems with slugs and snails, it grows a decent sized head. You can afford to lose half it to get rid of them, leave yourself a clean cabbage. But in the meantime, I still, after all these years, so over 20 years, I still have clubroot. Can't get rid of it. But at least it's only 2 plants out of everything this year, so that's not too bad. The winter crops, you very rarely get any problems with them. Too cold for it. Okay. Well, before I finish today, I'm going to try and clean this bed up a bit. Bit of a mess. What the hell. If I get halfway down, I'll be happy. There's 2 things I've discovered today. Not very pleasant. First one is, working in the greenhouse, sitting on that seat, when I come out to come up my scooter, my knee is weaker than I thought. It took 10 attempts to stand up to get into my scooter. I thought I was going to have to phone for assistance. I think what I need is a deep cushion on the seat. The other thing is, I planted my cabbages out. I thought, oh, I'll give them a light feed for bloodfish and bone before they, just to get them established before the winter sets in. When I looked, 3 boxes of bloodfish and bone disappeared. So I'm going to have to call Wilkie's or somewhere, or where, probably a nursery likely, garden centre, and get some more. Anyhow, we'll see how we go. Well, that's enough for now. I'll call it a day. I think I've done enough. Bit of bed, bit of path tidied. As promised, I'm going to end this clip with the progress for me polytunnel. But it'll only be a few seconds. So take care, guys. See you next time.